Hey everyone, ready to dive deep. Today we're cracking open The Code of the Extraordinary Mind.
Ooh, good one.
This book by Vishen Lakhiani is packed with unconventional ideas, really makes you rethink things.
What struck me about Lakhiani is it's not your typical self-help stuff.
Right.
He blends psychology, history, even spirituality. Really fresh perspective.
And get this, he invented over 20 new words just for this book. Like, he needed to create new language for these ideas.
Exactly. It's like a whole new framework for thinking.
And one of those terms is culturescape, which sounds kind of sci-fi, but it's so key to everything.
It is, because the culturescape is basically this invisible set of rules we inherit, from society.
It's like we're all wearing these glasses that color how we see the world, but we don't even realize we have them on.
Like, literally. Lakhiani talks about this tribe, the Himba people in Namibia. Fascinating example.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
They have all these words for shades of green, but no word for blue, and guess what? They struggle to even see blue. Their language, their culture, shapes their actual perception.
Whoa, that's wild. Makes you wonder what's in our blind spot, right? Just because of how we were raised.
Exactly. And Lakhiani calls these limiting beliefs rules, basically. BS rules we've picked up along the way.
Okay, I am definitely guilty of following some rules without even realizing it. Like, what's an example?
Well, a big one, and we've all heard it. Work hard to be successful. Now, hard work matters, but
It's not the whole story.
right. Sometimes working smarter, more strategically, that's the key Lakhiani's getting at.
That's so true. It's not just about putting in the hours, it's about being intentional.
Exactly. Or another one, you need a college degree to succeed. Well, education is valuable.
Not everyone's path is the same.
Right. Look at all the successful entrepreneurs who didn't follow that traditional route.
You've got to be willing to challenge those assumptions.
Absolutely. You got to question everything.
So before we jumped into rules, we were talking about this idea of consciousness engineering. Sounds intense.
It does, right? Like some serious mind hacking going on, but it's actually more approachable than it sounds.
Okay, good, because I need that.
Think of it like this. We've all got this mental software running in the background, right? Thoughts, emotions, all that.
Yeah.
Consciousness engineering is about becoming aware of that software and then actively upgrading it for better performance, like you would with your phone or computer.
So instead of just being along for the ride, we become the programmers of our own minds. I like it.
That's the idea. And just like outdated software, outdated mental programming, that's where we get stuck.
Makes sense. Those glitches can really mess things up. But how do we actually do this upgrading thing?
Lakhiani breaks it down into two main parts: models of reality and systems for living.
Okay, those sound kind of deep.
They are, but in a good way. So models of reality, those are our deep-seated beliefs about, well, everything. Ourselves, the world, the whole shebang.
So like our mental map of how things work.
Perfect analogy. And just like a map, if it's outdated or wrong, we end up lost, right?
Totally. So we got to make sure our beliefs are actually serving us, not holding us back.
Exactly. And that's where it gets tricky, because these limiting beliefs, they can be sneaky.
How do we even know what they are to challenge them?
Asking the right questions is key. Like, is this belief really true? Or where did this even come from?
Ooh, getting deep. So it's like shining a light on those subconscious thoughts.
Exactly. Once you're aware of them, then you can start to say, wait a minute, this isn't serving me.
Love it. So that's models of reality. What about the systems for living part?
Okay, so if models of reality are the map, then systems for living are the vehicle we use to navigate.
Okay, I'm with you.
And just like a high-performance car, right? Those habits and routines, they help us get where we want to go faster and smoother.
Speaking of high performance, Lakhiani talks about Richard Branson's note-taking system. Right?
Oh yeah, that's a great example. Branson, he carries a notebook everywhere, constantly jotting things down.
Ideas, to-dos, everything.
Everything. That simple system helps him capture those thoughts and turn them into action.
That's amazing. So even super successful people are optimizing their systems for living. But it doesn't have to be that complex, right?
Not at all. It could be as simple as starting a gratitude journal or a few minutes of meditation each day, just little tweaks.
So it's about intentionally choosing things that support us, not just going through the motions.
Exactly. And Lakhiani's own life is a great example of this. He tells a story about how he used to be incredibly shy around women.
Really? Hard to imagine, considering he's, Vishen Lakhiani now.
Right. But through meditation and visualization, he shifted his self-perception, overcame those limiting beliefs. His dating life completely transformed, met his wife, the whole 9 yards.
Wow, talk about the power of the mind. So we've got these models, the systems. Anything else to this mental upgrade.
The big one, and it's often overlooked, is happiness. Lakhiani argues it's not just a nice-to-have, it's essential for peak performance.
Okay, I like where this is going.
It's not about waiting to be happy, it's about choosing happiness, and now W, as fuel for creating the life you want.
So it's like a catalyst, not just a result.
Exactly, and there's actually research to back this up.
Oh, tell me more.
Studies show that doctors in a good mood, they make faster, more accurate diagnoses. Happier employees are more productive. It's a real thing.
Yeah, when you feel good, you just function better. It makes total sense.
Right. And Lakhiani gives some great tips for cultivating that happiness, which, we can dig into if you want.
Let's do it, happiness hacks. I'm all ears. So those happiness hacks, lay them on me. What does Lakhiani suggest for, actually getting happier?
Well, one of the simplest things he talks about is gratitude. Just taking time each day to appreciate the good stuff, even small things, it can really shift your perspective.
Yeah, focusing on what you have, not what you're missing, right?
Exactly. Instead of always wanting more, it's like, hey, I've got this going for me. That's pretty awesome.
Totally. Have you found that works for you personally?
Big time. Even on tough days, like just reminding myself of the good stuff, my health, my family, it really helps.
Yeah, it's like hitting the reset button on your mood.
For sure. And along with gratitude, Lakhiani's big on forgiveness. Both forgiving yourself and letting go of any anger towards others.
Oh, that's hard. Holding grudges can be brutal,
It's like carrying around this weight. Totally unnecessary. Forgiveness is about putting that weight down, freeing yourself up.
Man, that's a good visual. Okay, so gratitude, forgiveness. Anything else in the happiness toolkit?
Having a vision for the future, something exciting that you're working towards, that's huge E.
He calls it our quest, right? Not just a goal, but a quest. I love that.
It's got more oomph to it, right?
Yeah.
A quest is something deeply meaningful that gives your life that sense of purpose.
And Lakhiani has that exercise in the book, the 3 most important questions to help figure out your quest, right?
Yeah, it's really powerful, makes you think about your core values, what truly matters to you.
Without giving it all away, what's the gist?
It's about getting real with yourself. Like, what do you want your life to be about? What would make you feel truly fulfilled?
Deep stuff. So we're breaking free from limitations, upgrading our minds, finding happiness, and going on a quest.
This is the good stuff.
Yeah.
But there's one more biggie Lakhiani drops on us.
No. Hit me with it?
He calls it unfuckwithableness.
Okay, I gotta admit, that one made me laugh.
Right. But it's actually a really powerful concept.
I'm sure it is. What does it mean, though?
Think about it. Being so grounded, so sure of yourself that nothing can shape you no matter what life throws your way.
That inner peace, that resilience, that's the goal, right? Not letting other people's opinions get to you or anything.
Yeah, exactly. You're not seeking validation outside yourself. You know you're enough, just as you are.
That is powerful stuff, but how do we actually get there?
Well, like Candace says, a lot of our suffering comes from this idea that something's missing within us. So we chase achievements, possessions, all that, trying to fill the void.
Always searching for something outside ourselves.
But true fulfillment, that unfuckwithableness, it comes from realizing you're already whole, already complete.
It's a shift in perspective, isn't it?
Totally. It's about self-love, self-acceptance, that inner peace that then flows outwards.
This has been incredible. We've covered so much, from ditching those rules to upgrading our thinking, finding happiness, going on a quest, and reaching that state of unfuckwithableness.
Lakhiani really delivers, right? It's empowering. We can design our own WN lives, break free from those old rules.
So find success on our own terms, yeah.
And create a life that's truly meaningful to us, not to society or anyone else.
I love that. If you're ready to dive deeper, folks, definitely check out The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. Tons of practical advice, inspiring stories.
It's a game changer.
It really is. And on that note, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep those minds expanding and keep exploring those extraordinary possibilities.